Hey, what's going on everybody? Rick here, and in this video I have over 20 tips and tricks for visiting Epic Universe. I'm nearing my 20th visit to Epic Universe, so I thought now would be a good time to share what I've learned. These tips are in no particular order, but here is tip number 1. Utilize the single rider lines. After you've done a ride's main queue once, switch over to using the single rider queue. If you're okay with splitting up your group, single rider lines can significantly reduce wait times, but not all single rider lines are equal. The best single rider line for saving your wait time is Monsters Unchained. Mario Kart also pretty good, but the worst ones are Werewolf, Stardust Racers, and Minecart Madness. Those are basically not going to save you any time at all. I do have a caveat when it comes to this tip. If you use the single rider lines, you will miss out on some of the queues which are visually stunning, and you may miss out on some of the backstory of the ride. This is particularly true of Monsters Unchained, so that's why I say go through the main queue first before you switch over to single rider lines. Plus, I think the first time you go on a ride, probably want to be on it with your friends and family and loved ones. Tip number 2 is to prioritize the most important rides and attractions for your visit. Do what matters most to you first. You don't want to walk away from your day disappointed that you didn't get to do what you wanted to do the most. And to that regard, I have a tip for you if one of the most important things to you is meeting Hiccup and Toothless. Tip number 3, if the Hiccup and Toothless meet and greet is important to you, rope drop it. Do it first. The wait time for that meet and greet can be longer than some of the ride wait times. Plus, the Isle of Berk is not available for early park admission, and there is no express pass for this meet and greet. Today, which is a preview day, park not even at capacity, it is a 100-minute wait for Hiccup and Toothless. There's no way to buy your way to the front of this line, and not even VIP tours get to skip ahead, so your best bet is to rope drop it. I have a feeling that Universal may change that policy regarding VIP access to Hiccup and Toothless, but at the time of this recording, that's the way it is. Tip number 4, if you have access to early park admission, use it. Epic currently has early park admission for Universal Hotel guests only. So if you're staying at a Universal Hotel, you can get an early start enjoying Super Nintendo World and Stardust Racers about an hour before anyone else can. The next item on today's list, be aware that the ride wait times will be longer at night for Stardust Racers and Constellation Carousel. This is because they are awesome at nighttime. So to that regard, if you do have express passes for Epic Universe, don't use the express passes for those rides during the daytime. Wait until it's nighttime to use them. Tip number 6 applies to Epic and really any theme park, but plan for the weather. Beat the heat and the rain. Bring ponchos or umbrellas for sudden rain showers, and wear sunscreen for sun protection. But more important than that, do the outdoor rides in the morning and save the indoor or covered experiences for the afternoon. Outdoor rides will be shut down due to lightning. And even if it does not rain in the afternoon, you can beat the afternoon heat by seeing a show or doing one of the indoor rides. And FYI, more than half of the rides here at Epic, outdoors. Moving on to the next 3 items, a little potty talk. The best restrooms in the park, I would say, are the ones next to the Blue Dragon restaurant, because they are a little more pushed back, a little more hidden, so a little more privacy because it's less crowded in there. To the contrary, the worst or busiest restrooms, the ones in between Pizza Moon and Super Nintendo World. Another bad restroom is the one restroom in Super Nintendo World because it's the only one in that land. One more restroom tip or trick. The large indoor queues like the Ministry of Magic, Frankenstein's Manor, Mario Kart, they all have bathrooms inside the queue. They're not marked as such, but just ask a team member if you happen to be in those queues and you have to use the bathroom, they'll show you where they are. And those just may have been the most important tips of the day. So leave me a comment of all the tips you hear in this video, which one is the most important to you? Which is your favorite? Or do you have some other ones to share? Let me know. But you haven't heard them all yet, so let's continue on. Tip number 10. If you think you're going to use an all-day locker here at Epic Universe, consider using ones that are located near the concierge kiosks, which are located throughout the park, versus the all-day lockers at the front of the park. Choose a locker bank near a restaurant you think you're going to have lunch at. Or if you know you're going to go on a water ride in Berk, then have a change of clothes in a bag, then use the locker closest to Berk. That way, you don't have to go all the way to the front of the park to use the locker. I actually have a whole video on lockers, how to use them, where they are, so I will link that video in the description box for you. Tip number 11. Say you don't want to have a full-on meal for lunch or dinner. The best spot for snack food is in Darkmoor at the Burning Blade. Smaller portions and it's quick mobile order with a pickup window service. And the snack food here is actually pretty good. Tastes pretty good. Just don't be surprised when it is snack size. And speaking of Darkmoor and the Burning Blade, tip number 12. When you hear the village bells, you have about 1 minute to get back to the Burning Blade to watch it catch on fire. But also at nighttime, pay attention to the woods to the left of the windmill. You'll notice a lighting effect where it mimics the villagers walking through the woods carrying their torches. There's also another audio effect where the music in this area will build to a climax right before the blade bursts into flames. Here's a tip for you, or more like a warning if you plan on drinking adult beverages. If you do the monster makeup experiment in the Dark Universe, you will not be able to purchase alcohol because your face is all painted. It's going to do no good for them to check your ID. You're not going to look like your ID, and they won't be able to tell how old you are, so just be aware of that. If you do the monster makeup experiment, you won't be able to purchase alcohol afterwards. And on a general note, just be careful when having a drink here in Darkmoor. After all, it could be your last. If you are a witch or wizard visiting Epic's Wizarding World and you bought your wand years ago at, say, Islands of Adventure or Universal Studios Florida or online, and you do not have a map of the new wand spots here in Paris, all you need to do is go to Cosme Acajor and ask for a new map, and they'll give you one. Another Wizarding World tip. The benches right out front. This set over here, or this set over here, they always seem to have some of them in the shade. And shade is a premium here at this theme park. But every time I've been here, of these, 6 benches, one's always been in the shade. And son of a bench, are they comfortable. And to that regard, let's just make the next tip, stay hydrated. Florida heat can be intense. Carry a refillable collapsible cup and use the Coke Freestyle machines. I have a whole video about the Coke Freestyle program at Universal Parks. I'll leave a link to that video in the description box. But the Coke Freestyle machines, free water from those. Use that collapsible cup, an old water bottle, anything you can. Ask them for a plastic cup if you have to. Just stay hydrated. Tip number 17, at least I think that's what we're on, is to visit during the weekdays. Monday through Friday are lighter days in the theme park, so plan your trip around those days for a more relaxed experience. Somewhat related, tip number 18, avoid the peak seasons. Steer clear of major holidays and school breaks to maximize wait times and congestion. I know a lot of you that have families with school-age children. That's a hard tip to follow, but it is a tip nonetheless. Tip number 19, if you want to eat at a full-service restaurant, you better make reservations. This tip only applies to those of you who feel you must dine at the Atlantic or at the Blue Dragon here at Epic Universe. For the rest of you, I say avoid full-service restaurants because you can save time by dining at quick service ones. I don't know that dining at a full-service restaurant is really maximizing your time here, especially when the quick service food is so good at Epic. Tip number 20 is to download and use the official Universal app. It provides real-time updates on wait times, show schedules, mobile ordering of food, and use the feature that lets you pick the wait time you want. For example, like, oh, I would love to ride Stardust Racers when it's 40 minutes or less. You can do that on the app and it will notify you when it's at 40 minutes or less. It'll do that for all the rides. Tip number 21, familiarize yourself with the park layout. Epic Universe features a hub and spoke design with Celestial Park at its center, connecting to the 4 themed worlds. Also, watch my videos to get a lay of the land. I've also done tours of each world, Celestial Park and the 4 themed worlds. So check out those videos and learn the park before you get here. The park isn't as big as you would expect. From portal to portal, it's about a 3.5 minute walk. Tip number 22, bring portable chargers. Keep your devices powered for photos, app usage, and communication by carrying portable chargers. They also sell those at the concierge desks. Tip number 23, utilize the child swap system. For families with young children, take advantage of child swap options that allow adults to ride an attraction without waiting in line twice. And honestly, the child swap rooms here at Epic are really nice. If you found this tips video helpful, please give it a thumbs up so YouTube will show it to more people. But next, another helpful video right here. Don't miss the magic, don't miss the fun, don't miss the help. Click it.